Springs.
Conwell Springs. Looks smaller than I remember it. I never thought I'd return to this place. The coffin is lowered, but the grave hasn't been filled up yet. Rest in peace, Grandpa. I wish things could have been different.
Kathy has a sort of Shannon Doherty look to her.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, she's got that that sort of like tough 90s heroine thing down pat. Joseph Irving Rain, March 17th, 1924 to September 18th, 1995.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Parker, January 30th, 1915 to March 18th, 1975. Eric Mitchell. What do we have here? Another tombstone. Lily Myers. She died rather young.
Great. Yes.
16 years old. And let's see here. What about this one? Stephen Cummings. 46 to 92.
You should ask Grandma if she knows anything about the voodoo murders.
That's a good idea. Do you know what Cabrice encore means? Let's keep looking at these tombstones.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans. Well, here's a priest.
Yeah?
Yes, let's talk to the priest.
It's the priest who performed the service here. You don't want to get me started. Let's just say me and the humble servants of God have a history of not getting along.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I'm sorry for your loss.
Thanks.
If you wish to find God, the Church of the Holy Trinity is always open to you.
Is that so?
Here, have a brochure. It's never too late to turn away from the path of sin.
And what makes you so sure I'm on a sinful path, Father? You're not familiar with the concept of a lost cause, are you? No sin? But what am I supposed to do for fun? What do you think?
I like the first one.
Yeah.
And what makes you so sure I'm on a sinful path, Father? Wouldn't you say that prejudice is but a small step from the 7 big ones?
I simply meant that we are all sinful creatures, child. I hope to see you at the church.
Don't get your hopes up, buddy.
I'll pray for you. I wish you comfort in this time of grief.
Punch him in the face! I mean, what?
Who said that? Somebody's throwing stuff. Grandma's house. The Rain residence.
To grandmother's house we go.
Grandma, anybody home?
I mean, she was at the cemetery and we left on a motorcycle.
It's true.
So,
unless she has one impressive shortcut. All right, let's see. Oh, we've got a bunch of stuff to look at here. All right. Let's take a look out the window.
There's nothing quite like the soothing sound of rain falling on a window.
Is that a double entendre with the name?
oh.
A mere single pair of boots on display. Boy, do we live in different worlds.
Coats.
Nice black leather coat. Right up my alley.
Red horse.
Cute red horse. It's some old Swedish thing, I think. This paint looks fresh. Grandma must have had this restored recently. A lamp on the ceiling. Nothing special about it.
Then why is it clickable?
Dog fighting. Grandpa used to love that stuff. An old wheelchair. Not too dusty. Probably used recently. Huh. Never seen this around. Grandpa must have used it towards the end. A small table lamp. These should come in handy when I need to make calls.
Really? The phone and phone book?
Nonsense. Oh, it's a good thing that everyone has the same model phone.
Yes, that is handy.
It's a phone book, Conwell Springs County. I should be able to use this for looking up phone numbers of people or places in town.
Thank you for the explanation of how a phone book works. I suppose it is a valid thing, considering that, people born after the year 2000 or so might genuinely not know how a phone book works.
Yeah, but I just like that the option. Oh. I like that the option is like think about. So it's like think about phone book, and I just picture just kind of like looking up and like really pontificating upon the essence of phone books.
Yes. What is phone book? How are phone book?
A wedding photo from when my grandparents married. They look younger than I am now. Things have sure changed.
Does phone book? Will it phone book?
It's a photo of this very farm from way back. It says June 12, 1910 in the corner. Some kind of winter forest scene. I've always wondered if it's supposed to be Conwell Woods or not.
Let's go to the living room. Hey, there's Grandma.
Oh, hello, dear. I was just wondering what took you so long.
Sorry, I couldn't resist taking that old wheelchair for a spin. Oh, don't give me that look. I put it back.
You haven't changed one bit. Always kidding around, just like when you were little. Come, have a seat. We have so much to talk about. So, now, tell me about your life in the city.
Oh, there's not much to tell. I'm going to school for journalism. It's my second year. I ride a motorcycle in case you missed it there out front.
Ah, that's right. Just like your father.
Yeah, I suppose.
I must ask, have you heard anything from your father? Anything at all?
No, nothing since he bailed way back then.
I expected as much. He disappeared without a trace. No matter, that's ancient history. How's Sharon, then?
Tell the truth, you had her committed to a mental institution. Avoid the subject, no reason to bring it up now.
Ooh.
Seems the prudent thing to do would be to avoid the subject for now.
Okay.
Mom's good. Yeah. She's kind of between jobs right now, but things are okay.
I'm glad to hear it. I was worried about how you two would cope in the city, considering Sharon's problems.
Yeah, about that. I'm sorry I didn't visit sooner, Grandma. Mom, she told me all these horrible lies about you and Grandpa. When I was old enough to understand what she was doing, I felt like it was much too late.
It wasn't your fault, dear. You were a child. I'm just happy that you're here now.
Me too. So, what about you? How have you been doing all these years?
I've been lonely ever since the accident. There's no denying that.
What accident?
Goodness gracious. Of course you don't know. She took you away before it all happened.
Don't know what?
I will never forget that dreadful day. August 16th, 1981. It was the middle of the night when Sheriff Truman knocked on our door. He had Joseph with him. I couldn't even recognize Joseph at first, all dirty and wet with an awful blank stare on his face, like his soul had been ripped from his body. Since that day, he never spoke a word, forever confined to that blasted wheelchair.
Really? For all this time? I had no idea.
It came as a shock to all of us.
That's horrible, Grandma. I'm so sorry.
Thank you, dear.
Why do you think Grandpa suddenly left that night in '81?
I haven't the faintest idea. He acted very peculiar not long before it happened, disappearing for hours at a time. At first, I even suspected he was having an affair. When I asked him about it, he just said he was chasing old demons. Must have had something to do with the war.
Perhaps he's a Schottenjäger.
Obviously.
Post-traumatic stress disorder? What did the doctor say? What about the police? Start at the top, I guess.
Maybe it was post-traumatic stress disorder? Grandpa always had a hard time showing weakness.
I don't know, dear. I'm just speculating. I didn't think too much of it at the time. Joseph was a man of few words. I'm sure he just didn't wish to burden me with it, whatever it was.
What did the doctors have to say about Grandpa's condition?
Persistent vegetative state. That's what they call it. I've heard it all by now. One doctor said it was a stroke. Another claimed it was a seizure. The third hack tried to sell it off as a severe infection. It's all a load of tripe. I had an MRI performed on Joseph. It's one of those state-of-the-art head scans.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Yes, well, according to the scan, his brain was completely intact. They thought it was a technical problem at the time, some kind of glitch, but the result was the same after 3 different scans on 3 different machines. Eventually, they had to confess that they simply had no credible explanation for the state he was in.
And this injury just happened to occur on the very same night he mysteriously disappears?
Indeed. I refuse to believe it was a coincidence.
What did Sheriff Truman have to say about the matter?
Not much. He said they simply found Joseph in that condition on the outskirts of town. The sheriff was convinced there was some kind of foul play involved, but the investigation turned up nothing. He later said that he was sorry, but that he was forced to close the case.
You know, I could try to find out more about this.
You're welcome to try, dear. Some kind of closure would mean the world to me.
Okay, I think I'll head over to the sheriff's station for a little chat then. Would be nice to witness police doing some actual police service for once.
Sure, you go ahead. Let me know if I can be of any more help.
New location added. Oh.
Aha.
Church brochure. I guess show that.
What do you think about this church, Grandma?
They seem harmless to me, but they can be a bit pushy at times.
Huh, you could say that. Handing out pamphlets at funerals is in pretty bad taste.
Awfully strange behavior for a priest, I'll give you that.
Should we show Grandma our pack of cigarettes or our Zippo lighter or a stun gun?
Well, the Zippo lighter, she said, was left by her father, so maybe...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe she knows something about BH.
I don't want to show her that.
Oh, never mind.
I don't want to show her that.
Okay.
I don't
Clearly
want to show her that.
the stun
She'll just
gun.
start worrying about me.
Okay, well, we've asked her about everything then, I think.
Well,
Close
gotta
that.
go, Grams. Talk to you later.
Bye, Kathy.
What can we look at in here? All kinds of photos, a miniature plane, a bookshelf, club chair. Alright, let's look at some photos.
Booze.
That's my great-grandfather, Eric Wren. I never met him. They changed the spelling to Rain after he died, I think. Some woman dressed fancy. I'm not sure how I'm related to her, but she has my hair. Grandpa in his Air Force uniform. Looks to be in his early 20s. Expensive-looking scotch. That thing has been standing there forever.
Drink booze!
Huh. Would be kind of funny to see her reaction, but no. A robust piece of wooden furniture.
Think about sideboard.
I used to love digging through those drawers when I was a kid, looking for coins, buttons, and trinkets. Never in the attic, though. I thought it was too scary up there.
I think I double-clicked.
Oh dear. It was clearly the
Planes,
clue that was
planes,
going to solve the
and
whole
more
thing.
planes.
Mm-hmm.
Planes,